LinkedIn page is your marketing tool, right? You are marketing yourself. Put it in such a way that when a recruiter comes to see your page, they want to know you more, right? So your page, we are going to be sharing things that you can do to make your job search on job sites more effective, and how you can use LinkedIn to find jobs in Canada. So one of the main reasons why people move to Canada is to look for better opportunities, better income, better schools for their children. The major thing is finding a job. There are several ways of finding a job. The common job sites, which we know, Indeed, Glassdoor, Job Bank, versus using LinkedIn.
For Job Bank, it's like a bank for jobs,
yes,
like you said,
yes.
right? And has the federal government, has the provincial governments, actively posting
jobs
that are in those provinces, etc. It allows you to choose specific locations also. For example, if you are in Edmonton, where is it?
Toronto, you can use a filter option.
You can also choose the job based on the NOC code, right? Based on your profession, right? And
especially for the jobs that don't need you to recertify, you can just go straight ahead and start looking.
Exactly. So for all these, we are talking about ones that you do not need, certification. Right. After you've gone through your certification processes, you come back into the same spaces, right, to look for a job, right, within that specification. Certification.
And then there's the popular one, Indeed, right, and there's Glassdoor. All those ones also have a filter system, and you can choose
location.
Yes, so that one you use your no code, but you use the job titles or the job descriptions and all those things. And you also have to know that there are certain job titles and descriptions that may be used in your home country but will be different here. But the job, like the descriptions are the same. So you need to do research and find out what you were doing in your home country, how is it called here, so that you can look for the right jobs.
Right. And the best way to do that is to look at the job description you're looking for. Basically, the job description you are looking at is what is going to inform what you're going to do. So by what you probably call, a sales manager,
back home
could be called something
else here. Yes.
Those are the little
things that you need to be careful, because I know a lot of people, especially who come from the banking sector, may use certain terms like customer service and agents and all those things, and you find out that over here someone with a diploma is a customer service agent, and you with a degree and with your experience might have a different title, right? So you need to be careful how you are looking for the jobs in these websites.
So whether Indeed, whether it's Glassdoor, or whatever it is the site is, focus on the details of the job description rather than the title. You've searched for a while and you realize that the job descriptions you are looking for tend to appear under specific job titles. Then that gives you the opportunity to now filter. Right, and then use those filters to be sending recommendations.
To be effective, you don't search, as a guest. Log in, have an account so that they can be sending you notifications. You need to tailor your CV to suit that particular job. You just don't have to have one generic CV that you are sending out to all the jobs that you are.
It doesn't work. Yes, there's a lot of jobs, there's a lot of opportunities, there's all of that. But there are a lot of people also out there who are looking for
the job. So it's very competitive. So I think that one of the things with the job sites like Job Bank, Indeed, Glassdoor is that it's very competitive.
I mean, there's a lot of opportunities out there. There are a lot of qualified people, right? Just putting in one CV for 50 applications won't cut. I mean, it's as simple as that. The reason maybe it's because of the system that's used to sieve out CVs, right? So there's an ATS, an applicant
tracking system
that you need to score very high on, right? To be able to get, first of all, your CV to move beyond the AI to be seen by the hiring manager. Sometimes not even the hiring manager. The HR, before a call will even be scheduled. So if you are, so for example, there's a specific job to company A. Now it has the same title, sales manager, marketing manager, whatever you want to call it, right? Another job, company B, same title. Now, when you go into the job descriptions, right, the details, you realize that there are a few differences here and there, right? Typically, you would think, oh, it's sales manager,
similar.
Sales manager. Let me just put it. The ATS system, if you're not scoring, normally it's advised that you score above 75, right? If you're not scoring above 75, you're not making it. You're not making it beyond the first point. You get it. So what it means is that you need to have the CV tailored. If it is 50 jobs you are putting out, then I mean 50
yes.
jobs, right? You need to have the CV tailored for all
each
the
job.
50 people who will tell you, right? They will tell you apply en masse. Is that the right strategy? That's another conversation, right? My advice rather probably will now take us into LinkedIn.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
To rather have a focused approach.
Yes.
To looking for a job.
Yes. I think that one of the major cons, like disadvantages of using the job sites, is the fact that there's no personal connection, right? And in Canada, they are very big on recommendations. We talk a lot about who you know. There are some jobs that even give incentives to their staff when they bring in somebody, the person qualifies and the person stays on the job. So that's the stage of maybe using only the job sites, right? You are putting in an application, and maybe I work in the company already. I have a friend who's looking for the similar job. I might put in a word for that friend. So there's a lack of that personal connection.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. There's a way around it. On, for example, Glassdoor, there are Glassdoor communities that you need to look out for. And in those communities, they will tell you if you're looking for, let's say, recommendation to a specific organization, right? And there's someone in the community, right? Then there's that.
So it's also about networking. You need to take advantage of that. So don't just go to Glassdoor, type in and put in. No, like he's saying, there are communities that you need to join that will give you that advantage. So you need to really explore these online services, explore them to their max. What advantages do they have? What other services are they giving you that you can take advantage of to put your foot in the door, right? And also about the Canadian experience.
Yes, it exists, and there are ways around that. You, whilst you are searching, if there's opportunity for you to volunteer in spaces, you do that, and you put it on your CV, right? As volunteer.
There are lots of sites that where you can Google and find out volunteering in Canada, volunteering in your province, right? And you have so many organizations coming up and saying if they want somebody for a month or 6 months to maybe volunteer to be maybe a manager to do this, a graphic designer or a marketing manager or something. You will not be paid, but doing that, some of them actually offer recommendations. So once you do that and you have that on your CV, you have the recommendation, that is something that you can work with. I know that people look at, okay, the time I'll be spending doing this volunteering job as opposed to looking for a job. But most of these volunteer opportunities, some are even virtual, right? So you don't need to be there physically, and it doesn't take like a full 9 to 5. Sometimes it's just about maybe 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day. So you can, you know that there's an investment you are making towards getting that job.
It's actually part of the job search. If you have experience in Canada and someone is giving you the opportunity to volunteer in their space, it gives you the opportunity to create a slot on your CV and mention the fact that you've worked here in Canada before. Right? And that's probably going to open a door.
That's an advantage, a big advantage.
So it's part of the process, and it's something that if you get, depending on the industry you find yourself in, right? It will be important if it's possible for you to volunteer and use the skill sets that you are looking for a job for. Right? Then it will be really, really nice.
We are going to also talk about LinkedIn, a massive resource that people are not taking advantage of.
First of all, your profile. Your profile must be
optimized. With LinkedIn, your profile needs to be optimized. There are several strategies that you need to use. You need to put your proper name there, you put your picture there, you talk about the work that you have done, and some people may put what they are looking for, right? LinkedIn page is your marketing tool, right? You are marketing yourself. It's not just a place you just plaster, I went to school here, I did the job. No. Put it in such a way that when a recruiter comes to see your page, they want to know you more, right? So your page needs to be optimized. You put your location, what you have worked, and when you put in there, don't just list where you have worked, list your results as well. Okay, you worked here, what did you do and what did you achieve? right? Put it there, put a nice banner there that people will be interested in, because most of the time when you apply for jobs on LinkedIn, the recruiting officer will come and look at your page. So if it's nothing to write home about, there's no picture, it's blank, I can't see where you've worked, I can't see what you have achieved, you are not also showing any thoughts about what you are doing. There are some companies that may not allow you to post on LinkedIn, right? But if your company doesn't have those restrictions, then you should be able to share what you are doing in your sphere. Maybe not too much because of privacy issues or confidentiality, but you should be able to share what you do, right? If you are working in a bank, you are dealing with customers, this is what you've learned about dealing with customers, this and that is what you achieved today. You went for a conference, this is what you learned. The person sees what value you may bring to their organization, right? So you need to optimize your LinkedIn. A lot of people have LinkedIn profiles, they don't even go there, it's not a big thing. But over here, you need to have LinkedIn presence. You just have to have LinkedIn presence.
Yeah. And if you're on the job market, then it becomes a very important tool.
Yeah. Because they'll check you out.
Reach out to people. So, for example, I'm applying for a job in company A. It's important that I go there. Their landing sites on LinkedIn. You know, look for the people who work over there.
Yes, and LinkedIn will show you that this person works here in the company that you applied to.
And reach out to them.
Yes, reach out to them.
Clearly, like selling anything. Here you're selling yourself.
Yes, and that's a key point. You need to, for LinkedIn, you need to sit down, look at what companies are in the industry that I want to work with, whether Canada or other countries. Now, you need to research their page, follow their pages, and then connect with the people who work there, right? Because you want to work, and then when you connect, you can send a message like, oh, thank you for connecting, I realize that you work here, I look forward to learning more about your work in this company. And when you approach people with the image of I want to learn from you, they are more likely to accept your connection than if you go like, I'm looking for a job here, so help me. You get it here. So once you connect, you send a thank you message and you say, oh, I'm looking forward to learning more from you. Then you are building a relationship from there. There will be some people who may be willing to go for a coffee chat with you. I'm new to Canada, I just came in, I want to learn more about marketing or the health sector in Canada. Are you willing to chat sometime or have a coffee chat? Once you've done that, you built a relationship, you are networking. Then now, when later you find a job opportunity and you apply, it will be easier to reach out and say, oh, you know what, I saw an opportunity in your company, I've applied, can you recommend me, you know?
Exactly. On their company platforms, if there are specific topics that you have expertise in and they are talking about,
that's fantastic. Yes, that's fantastic.
You know, over there. The idea is for you to show relevance, you know, to show presence, for you to not solicit.
Yeah, and LinkedIn is also big on communities, so you need to find communities that are in your industry, join them. Again, the same thing, share your views about topics, you know, comment on it, post something about the topic that they're discussing in the community. People get to know you. There may even be webinars or virtual events being held in those communities. Join them, you know. And you know, these things sometimes are marathons, they are not sprints. So some people may try 1 month and then they say, oh, it's not working, I've stopped. No, continue doing it. You know, even when you get a job, continue doing it, because there might be bigger opportunities that may open up for you, right?
You have to be strategic about it. You need to go at it, right? Not in a reactive way, right? You need to be very proactive.
Yes.
Having a presence over there and ensuring that the space you want to be applying in there, right? You have some footprint in there will always come in handy. Of course, looking for a job, again, just like the other job boards we've mentioned, you can still filter with location, right? So and the titles, so you want specific titles, you want specific locations, there's a remote.
You can even filter with people. So if you put a company name there, you can filter with people and you will see people who work in that company and you can connect with them.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm even talking about
the job search itself. Yeah.
So you are able to do all of that, right? Get the location, get the pay range, get what do you call it, the titles, the seniority levels, and all that.
And set up your notifications.
You know, to get all that.
Yeah. So when you set up, you optimize your profile, you need to make sure that you are listing the relevant skills. Right. So you need to use keywords that are used in your industry. Again, if you're already searching on other job boards, you already know the titles that they use, the keywords that they use. So you have to put those things in your about me section and all that, so that once the job pops up, it matches with the skills that you have.
Absolutely.
Right? Or even if the hiring manager is searching and using those keywords, your profile will pop up and they will see you. So you just don't write anything on LinkedIn for you have to use strategic keywords.
Absolutely. Important the words you put in there. Right? If you are using an employer account, right, or a recruiter's account, you realize that LinkedIn operates like the way you put in a Google search.
Yes.
So I've seen people in their bios have something that nobody will search for.
You know.
That won't take you far. If you're looking for a job over here, it's important that you think like a recruiter. Okay, so if a recruiter is putting in keywords, what are they going to put in? Right?
To look for the kind of role I want to apply to.
So that when they search for, no one will be searching seasoned marketing manager. Nobody searches for things like that.
So if you're liking the information we are sharing, we would like you to comment in the comment section any struggles that you've had looking for jobs in Canada, or what has worked for you, so that our community can also benefit from it.
Yeah. Now, when you've also seen a job, right, certain companies will allow you to apply through LinkedIn directly. You could also go straight to their website.
Because sometimes the job might even have expired.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Very
you
true.
need to go to the website and see that if the job is still there, it's being advertised.
And even when you're applying for it, so
yes, the number of days that it has been posted.
Exactly. The job has been posted 1 week ago.
You don't that one
here in Canada. I mean, typically 1 week ago, you would probably see 100+ applications.
Now
they're gone. Okay, if it's 1 week ago and it is still maybe one application, two applications, then it's very likely highly technical.
Yes.
Right, and you can give it a shot. But the best way will always be for you to go on their website, right, to see if it's still open. Right, and optimize your CV.
Yes.
It comes back again to optimizing your CV to the specific job that you're looking for. And then you put in the application on the website.
So you can even start back home before you arrive in Canada.
All your documentation is sorted out, and you're going to move in a week or two,
or even a month, and you don't mind maybe people already in your network seeing that you've moved countries. You can change your location.
Location change if you don't want to. Change your location, because if you put in an application today, right, and the recruiter finds your CV interesting, rest assured they'll come and look at your profile.
If you are not in Canada, then they might not even be interested at all.
I mean, that's why if your dates you are coming in, right, it's already confirmed and all that, because you don't want to deceive, right?
People and say, I'm coming, and then
tomorrow, and you are not nowhere to be found, and that kind of thing. So basically, these are little things that you can consider, right? I mean, the use of
LinkedIn for your job search. So overall, we think that you can have the best of both worlds, right? Do your applications on the job sites, but then because maybe I'm looking for a job, I've seen a job on Glassdoor with a particular company, but I'm already on LinkedIn. I'm building my network on LinkedIn. I'm going on LinkedIn. I'm connected to people from that company on LinkedIn. Now I can send them messages, the hiring manager message, and say that, I applied for this job, this and that. I saw this job on Glassdoor. I've applied for it. Get the conversation going from there. So using the tool puts you at a bigger advantage, because the truth is that not a lot of people are maximizing LinkedIn, right? And it has worked a great deal for a lot of people. So using the tool gives you the best of both worlds. We know that it may not necessarily work for some types of jobs, because some types of sectors do not rely heavily on LinkedIn for recruitment, but most jobs, if you have a profile and you've optimized it, you are using it effectively to connect, to network, and to reach out. It's going to help you a great deal in your job search, because even if you go to a job fair and you meet maybe a hiring manager, you send them your CV, they may be on LinkedIn, they may go and look for you on social media, right? And you are on LinkedIn. It's like, oh wow, you are what you say that you are. I want to know more about this person. That speaks volumes for you. We hope that you find this video useful. Job searching in Canada can be tough. You know, some people get it easy, some people get just before they arrive, some people get a short time when they are, some people have to wait years, some people have to upscale, which is real. Some people you have to upscale. You know, sometimes when you get a job, you may have to start at an entry level, not at the level you were in back home. Some people also get the same level, so it's different for everybody. And for us, we are Christians, and so the key thing here is also to pray a lot about your journey, you know, to get connected to the right people, use the right strategies and all that, because I mean we can't be here without God. So that's a big deal for us. So and what we shared today, don't forget to subscribe and share with other people who may need this information. Thank you for watching.